Hello friends, in this video we are going to talk about hypothalamic pituitary thyroid axis. The hypothalamic pituitary thyroid axis plays a major role in regulating thyroid hormone homeostasis in the body. The thyroid hormones are very important in fetal development and metabolism. Important structures are the hypothalamus, the pituitary gland, specifically the anterior pituitary gland, and the thyroid gland. The thyroid gland is located at the base of the neck and wraps around the trachea just below the cricoid cartilage. Here is a zoomed in structure of the hypothalamus and pituitary gland. The hypothalamic pituitary thyroid axis is under the control of neurons located in the median region that synthesize and release thyrotropin releasing hormone TRH into the pituitary portal circulation. Thyrotropin releasing hormone TRH, which is a tripeptide, stimulates the release of TSH, which is thyroid stimulating hormone, from the anterior pituitary, which in turn travels to the thyroid gland to stimulate the synthesis and release of thyroid hormones. Again, TRH stimulates the synthesis and secretion of TSH, which acts at the thyroid to stimulate all steps of thyroid hormone biosynthesis and secretion by binding onto TSH receptors. The thyroid hormones T3, triiodothyronine, and T4, thyroxine, controls the secretion of TRH and TSH by negative feedback to maintain physiological levels of the main hormones of hypothalamic pituitary thyroid axis. Reduction of circulating thyroid hormones T3 and T4 levels due to primary thyroid failure results in increased TRH and TSH production, whereas if there is high thyroid hormones, the opposite occurs. There will be low T3 and T4. The functional unit of thyroid gland are the follicles, made up of follicular cells. The center of the follicle is the colloid. The thyroid gland has a rich blood supply. Here are capillaries which will bring TSH to the cells. Next to the follicles are the parafollicular cells, also known as C cells, which produce calcitonin. It has an important role in calcium hemostasis. Zooming closer now at the interaction between the capillary and the follicle, the capillaries bring TSH to the area. The inner part of the follicle at the center is the colloid. On the follicular cells, you have thyroid stimulating hormone receptors. When thyroid stimulating hormone reaches the thyroid follicular cells, it binds to the thyroid stimulating hormone receptors, causing a number of things. Firstly, it will stimulate thyroglobulin production. Thyroglobulin will enter the colloid. TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, also stimulates the expression of channels such as sodium iodide channels, allowing the circulation of iodide to enter the follicular cells. From here, iodide enters the colloid via another channel and becomes oxidized to iodine. Iodine and thyroglobulin is what makes our thyroid hormone T3 and T4. T3 and T4 will enter circulation. The thyroid hormones travel in circulation bound to proteins, the main proteins being thyroxine binding proteins, and here it will target the different cells in our body to elicit an effect to increase metabolism.